just to recall on what I was saying a little bit earlier and how I had a certain bias against religion when I was growing up and against the Christianity.
Yep.
Talking more generally about biases, how do you think that they develop? Do you think they're mainly just a consequence of the environment you grow up in and the peers you hang out with?
Yeah, definitely. It's a consequence of whatever happens in your life.
Mm.
Because your biases will swing in all sorts of different directions for lots of different things, and it's like, I don't know, you on the off chance you had a bad ice cream, had a bad ice cream experience. Now all of a sudden you're just like, nah, like
I don't eat ice cream.
ice cream, I hate that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Nutri-Grain, fuck yeah,
I've had that
I'll
with
go into
foods for
that.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's it all just comes down to experience, like, like what happens in your life, and then just like kind of how you respond to it, You can be like, nah, I'm not touching ice cream, or you can be like, nah, I'll give it another go.
Yeah.
Maybe in the winter.
With the ice cream example, it's not so bad, but with some other biases, it can be a bit harder to operate in society with,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Let's go there. Like, so what kind of biases we're
Well, if
talking?
you had a bias against, i.e., black people,
Yeah.
type thing,
Yeah.
that's going to be a hard bias to operate with, especially now because there's such multicultural societies, and you're probably going to encounter people that are
Definitely.
of a different nationality. So if you have a bias against them, it's going to be harder for you to operate in the world.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But how would you deal with that?
How
If you
would
did,
deal with that?
and if it
Yeah.
was, if you were built up, if it's been built up within you, and
Mhm.
you've decided that, no, I don't like ice cream,
Yeah.
how do you
Because I mean,
how do you
I think
confront
the,
that?
I think the biggest like difference here, and like it's great that you brought this up. Like the biggest difference here is that like you can call out an ice cream and be like you're a dick, man, and the ice cream's not going to do shit. It's just going to fucking melt, But you say that to some to a Negroid person,
Yeah.
it's like there's a chance that like well, that obviously they're going to be affected, whether they laugh at you, they walk away, they beat your fucking brains out, like
Yeah. Depends on the person.
yeah, definitely.
Sure.
So then, like you might have this bias, like wherever that might come from. It could be like, we're just a bunch of white dudes. We might have other white friends who just like talk about the black kids.
Just
Talk about the
adopted it.
Maori kids at
Yeah,
school
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, true.
And then all of a sudden, like our biases are developed because like the only people we hang out with. So our environment, our peers, are like constantly putting down these people that look different, and we're just like, oh yeah, like these people, they're obviously lower than us
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like, buddy,
It's like John said so.
yeah, bro,
He's top of the hierarchy, bro.
yeah, exactly, and and then that bias can be totally shattered when you say that you treat a Māori person or a dark skinned person with like that lower
Lesser
respect,
respect.
and they teach you a fucking lesson.
Yeah. Hard.
All
But
of a sudden.
the only problem with that could just increase
Yeah.
how strong that bias is.
It could, yep.
Yeah.
So I think it probably comes down to like how you get taught that lesson.
I think it's about how you age as well.
Yep.
I think it would be, and it's also on the journey of wisdom.
Fully.
All that
Yeah.
experience, what you're learning.
Well, in truth, a lot of these biases, like especially like talking about the one that we're talking about now, and like thinking that another group of people are lower than us. I mean that on the road to wisdom, I've learned that having any kind of bias like that like tells the world more about you than it does about them.
Totally.
You feel inferior.
Yeah.
That's your own like lack of
Like a
self-worth
fear,
coming
maybe
through.
it comes from a point of fear,
Absolutely, you feel threatened.
point of hatred. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.